In 1973, in Shima Prefecture, Japan, Gamera, a huge turtle monster, is engaged in a deadly battle against two other flying monsters. The whole prefecture has been destroyed and is up in flames, with the people fleeing for their lives. A young child watches the deadly battle as Gamera fights to save the town denizens. Gamera is losing to the two agile monsters, and he activates a red sign on his body and then self-destructs like a nuclear bomb, taking down the flying monsters with him. The people rejoice that they have been saved by Gamera's sacrifice. Only the small boy continues to look on at the aftermath of the explosion sadly. The summer of 2006 finds the kid now a grown-up man, but still coming to the site of Gamera's explosion. He is now a father, and his son Toru is behind him waiting. Toru calls his father, waking him up from his reverie. They move on to a shrine, and it appears it is what they are here for, to pay respects to Toru's mom, who passed away last year. They pay their respects. While the father gives thanks for the opening of his business, Toru does not believe that his mother ascended to heaven, but is just a pile of bones in the ground. As they return, Toru is drawn to the site where Gamera exploded, and he is drawn to it further when he sees a glowing light from the island. His father draws him out from his reverie, wondering what the hell is wrong with his son. Toru's father is busy working in the restaurant that he has recently opened, and the customers keep flowing, having missed his dishes. The television comes on with news of a crew missing out at sea, with the Coast Guard looking for them from dawn till dusk, but finding nothing. Everyone at the restaurant is surprised and stares at the TV. Meanwhile, Toru and his friends are out playing at the beach near the site where Gamera dies. Later, Toru returns home to the restaurant and remembers his mother calling him Toto while working there. A customer spills his beer and Toru goes back to his room. He is soon prompted by his friendly neighbor May outside the balcony. She shows him the latest volume of a book he loves to read, and he eagerly borrows it, but not before calling May Princess so she can lend it. Downstairs, Toru's and May's father catch up. May's father reminisces how Toru's mom got along well with his daughter, and how she loved Toru by calling him Toto all the time. Toru's dad only laughs while agreeing to that. May's father then consoles him by telling him that his son misses him too. The next day, Toru is on his way swimming, but then remembers he has forgotten his membership card and has to go back for it. On the way, however, he sees a glowing red light on Gamera Island and decides to go there instead. He swims out and climbs a small island and then finds a turtle's egg on top of a red glowing pearl. He takes the egg into his hands and it immediately hatches, revealing a small turtle inside. The turtle has some red patterns on its bottom and Toru likes that. Toru's dad pays a visit to May's dad's store to give him the daily newspaper. He finds him cutting a pearl as a gift to his daughter, who is going to have a heart operation. May's mom, who arrives later, does not approve and wants him to sell the pearl. May herself is looking over at the sea, contemplating the coming operation. She goes home late. Toru has brought the little turtle home, together with the red pearl, to his room without the father knowing. He eats dinner happily that evening while watching TV. His father looks on, happy that his son is coming out of his operation. He falls asleep with the turtle in its bed. The next morning, Toto has grown bigger, and he desperately hides it from his father, who wants to clean the room. He covers the animal with the sheets, but his father quickly takes the sheets out for an airing. Toru grabs him, thinking he might accidentally crush the turtle, now named Toto. His father is surprised. He sees Toto flying in the air behind his father and almost screams. May too comes outside her balcony, and when she sees the flying turtle, she lets out a scream, startling Toru's dad. Toru beckons May to keep her mouth shut as he snatches and hides Toto away. Toru takes Toto to the beach in a bid to let it go into the water. When he returns to town and waits in a corner, the animal follows him back. He decides to keep it. Toru then goes to his friends who are skating and tells them he now owns a pet turtle called Toto. Meanwhile, Toto is alone in Toru's room, and he gets out and goes to the kitchen. He makes Toru's dad slip on the floor and burns a cooking knife that almost slices it. Toru's dad is puzzled at what's happening. In the evening, Toru is in his room showing his friends his flying turtle. May comes to the balcony and asks what he's going to do with the turtle. He says Toto is harmless and he would keep him. A surviving member of the lost cruise ship is out at sea swimming. He's attacked by an unknown monster that drowns him, and soon his blood is the only thing that paints the spot he was at. In Tokyo, Dr. Amamiya submits a report to the council on the multiple shipwrecks happening on the coast. The counselor quickly shuts it down, not wanting to believe it is the work of monsters. Mei gives Toru the findings of her search for Toto. She identifies Toto to be Gamera, the huge turtle that blew itself up decades earlier. Toru does not believe it, saying nothing strange will happen. That night, however, he wakes up to find Toto grown into a huge giant. He and Mei carry it out of the house, and they meet their other friends outside and carry it to an abandoned house. Mei then tells Toru that Toto is the monster Gamera, and next time he gets in trouble, she might not be able to help him. Toru runs out the next morning to check on Toto and runs into his dad, who wonders why he is up so early. As he runs out, he manages to catch Mei arguing with her parents about why she disappeared last night. She lies and says that she only had to clear her mind before the operation. Seeing Mei's caring parents reminds him of his mother. In the abandoned house, he asks Toto to give Mei his red pearl. Later, when he returns Mei's book, he also gives her the red pearl as a token of good luck, and she is overjoyed. The Coast Guard finds remains of the shipwreck, and Toto, who is at the beach with Toru, senses the vicious monster in the waters and ignores Toru. That afternoon, Mei is at the hospital sleeping, and the red pearl begins to glow. Toru goes to Toto's hideout and finds him missing. That night, he dreams of playing with Toto, and then Toto flies away, leaving him. The next day, while out at the hideout with his friend, they hear the emergency siren for evacuation, meaning a monster is attacking the town. Toru's father finds them, and as they run to shelter at the school, they see the huge lizard monster attacking the town. One of their friends is trapped in the rubble. Toru's father goes to the rescue, but when the monster almost kills both of them, Toto, now grown in size, attacks the monster. The two monsters clash, destroying the town. Toto is losing due to his premature size, but he still fights on. Seeing this, Toru wants to help, but his father holds him back. The deciding battle is at the bridge, and Toto gets a chance to blast the lizard with a fireball straight to the face, making the monster fall off to the sea. But Toto has sustained serious wounds and is taken by the army to Nagoya for research. The pearl continues to glow in Mei's hands at the hospital, and she senses something is going on. At the shelter, Toru tells his father about Toto, but his dad tells him there is nothing he can do. Toru's dad receives a call from Mei's mom in the hospital. The news is that the operation has gone well, and Mei wants to tell Toru that Toto needs the red stone. Getting the message, Toru and his friends skip the shelter the next day and head to Nagoya. Meanwhile, the lizard monster attacks the city again, looking to finish off Toto. Mei is evacuated from the hospital while still holding on to the red pearl. While everyone is running for their lives, Toto attacks the monster again, drawing its attention to him. As he fights, he continues to sustain wounds, while the trio of friends reach the Nagoya hospital but cannot find Mei as she has been evacuated. Toru's father, who had followed him back, finds him and wants to take him back, but Toru wants to save Gamera instead, so he runs away again. From a distance, Mei watches the two monsters fight and wants to help Toto, but when she tries to stand up, she is quickly held up. A small child manages to understand Mei's intention to save Gamera and takes hold of the red pearl and runs with it towards where the two monsters are fighting. On the way, she is tired, and the young boy, understanding her, takes the stone and continues the run towards Gamera. But he is stopped by a police officer, and another young boy takes the mantle to deliver the gem to Gamera. When he is unable to pass through a gate, another young girl takes over. She meets Toru's two friends, and they rush to Toru with the red gem. Gamera is hurled into a skyscraper, and Toru's dad has to help Toru climb up and lift heavy rubble for Toru to pass. Toru manages to come in front of Toto and makes the huge turtle promise to come back alive after taking the red stone, not detonating it as he did earlier. When Toto is falling, Toru throws the pearl straight into its mouth. With the gem, Toto manages to land a decisive hit on the Zooth monster using a powerful breath attack. But he collapses weakly after. Toru and the other children stand in the way of the army that wants to capture the weak Gamera. Toru urges Toto to get up. Toto manages to get up and fly away with Toru saying he will not forget the monster. Mei sees Toto flying away on her hospital bed while saying she will see Toto again. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'll be back with another interesting movie recap. Until then, take care.